The Kia Soul has been kicking around for years now. Originally launched in 2008, the Soul entered its third generation back in 2019 for the 2020 model year. And these days you can get it in a turbo or even EV flavors. But there's a newcomer to the space aiming to take away some Soul sales. The Chevy Trailblazer name has been revived and applied to this handsome compact crossover. Which one deserves your dough? Let's find out. Under its skin, the Trailblazer is a more affordable Chevy-badged Buick Encore GX. It sits between the smaller Trax and larger Equinox and wears familiar Chevy design language. In fact, if you squint your eyes and pretend the whole thing has been squashed a bit flatter, there's some clear Camaro influence going on. Not under the hood, mind you, but in terms of how this thing looks. Speaking of under the hood, Chevy offers a choice between a pair of turbocharged 3-cylinder engines. The base mill is a 1.2-liter unit, making 137 horsepower and 162 pound-feet of torque. The larger 1.3-liter engine makes 155 horsepower and 174 pound-feet of torque. Front-wheel drive models will utilize a CVT, while the optional all-wheel drive setup on the 1.3-liter Trailblazer gets a 9-speed automatic. Kia, meanwhile, has slowly matured and refined its standout styling on the Soul, while also refining the power options available. The looks are cleaner, but we do still love that first-gen box originally designed by Kia's California design team. The standard engine is a 2-liter 4-cylinder that produces 147 horsepower and 132 pound-feet of torque. It sends power to the front wheels via a 6-speed manual transmission. If you don't want to shift it yourself, a CVT is available, and it's actually standard on all trims above the base LX. Want more punch? The Kia Soul Turbo gets a 1.6-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine hooked up to a 7-speed dual-clutch gearbox. This engine makes 201 horsepower and 195 pound-feet of torque, yet still returns 29 miles per gallon in combined driving. That matches with the 29 miles per gallon combined rating for the 1.2-liter Trailblazer, despite the Kia delivering more power. More interestingly, though, the Soul can also be had as a battery electric vehicle. It has an impressive 243 miles of range. Yes, it costs more than a standard gas-powered Soul, but not as much as you might think. The base Soul starts at $18,610. The top-spec Turbo climbs all the way up to $28,670, and you have 4 other trims between the two. To climb to the Soul EV, you need to start at around $34,000, but that does not include any state or federal incentives you might snag. On the flip side, the Trailblazer does not offer an EV version, so you should look at the Bolt if you want a bow-tie badged electric. It does offer competitive pricing though, with a starting price of $19,995. You can climb up to a loaded RS model and now you're pushing $28,000. So the Trailblazer slots competitively against the Soul with respect to price. And both offer great standard features and options to boot. Both come standard with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. The Trailblazer has standard forward collision alert and auto emergency braking, while the Soul even steps up to offer pedestrian detection and a head-up display on the turbo model. Neither one is particularly thrilling behind the wheel, with the Soul EV actually being the most entertaining to drive thanks to its instant torque and power delivery. So which one to get? The Soul suffers a bit by not offering all-wheel drive as an option. Kia should also deliver all of its safety features on all trim levels, like Chevy does with the Trailblazer. In every other segment, though, the Soul is the winner. It has a better warranty, more cargo space, a slightly lower starting price, great resale value, and the EV option is a really good one. Look inside on this one and let your soul glow.